evaluate the offense overall and just kind of how it flowed? And it was a little bit of a slow start, got things going. What was your perception?
Yeah, I mean, it's just part of basketball. It's a game of runs. Obviously, we didn't, especially in the second half, we didn't start the way we wanted to, but I think Coach said we ended up going on a 21-0 run. So that's just basketball and believing in your teammates. We have a really together group. I was talking to Derrick at the end of the game there. It's just, I love playing with these guys, and when we can rely on each other and maybe we're not executing like we should be, or shots aren't falling. We always have that trust built in, and I think that showed. So
pretty slow start, beginning of the game, beginning of the second half. What did you think of the effort, energy, especially on defense, to kind of overcome that offense?
I mean, it's our first time actually playing with each other against someone else. So, so to just go out guns blazing, that's what we wanted to do. But, at the same time, we have to settle into the game. There's a lot of pregame jitters and just a lot of people that's first time playing in PBA. So just settling into the game and just getting a feel for it was just the biggest thing for our group. I had all the confidence in the world that we were just going to pick it up and we were just going to get the ball rolling. We just had to settle into the game, that's all.
Derrick, what did you see from Sam kind of righting that ship in that second half after they had cut it down to 6?
Don't talk about my shoulders, please.
No, man. He's just really good at keeping us poised, keeping us controlled. He's a really big body, so whenever it's time for him to get a rebound or just get us an easy bucket at the rim, he does that. He's a great point guard, and he just controls our team. He's the head of the snake.
What do you think of his dunk?
Amazing. I love watching him shoulders fly.
Hey, Sam, is that sort of what you guys have been seeing from Jawan? 23 points.
Yeah, I thought at some points they guarded him a little disrespectfully, I guess, for his talent level or whatever, and we have the utmost confidence in his shot-making ability, and, if teams are going to guard him like that, we're fine with that. But the biggest thing is he just brings that dog mentality. And obviously that showed tonight just on the offensive boards. And, he's a really confident player, and he brings, especially coming off the bench, a certain level of juice with his game, and that is very infectious for the rest of us. So it's nice to have him out there with us.
Seeing you guys were able to get it done in the paint and in the second chance points, but the perimeter shooting seemed to struggle most of the night. You got some at the end there, but any level of concern just about that element of the offense?
No concern. I think part of it is, it's the first time for a lot of our guys. Me kind of wearing Nebraska on my chest, just like Derrick talked about. But yeah, I mean, we're a really confident group, and obviously, and CJ, Wilhelm, Casey, those guys are going to get it going, and we are very, very confident in that.
So you talked about even opening night was kind of an emotional experience for you. What was it like to be out there today in a game setting with fans and all that?
Yeah, I mean, it was emotional again. The thing that I thought about before the game was both my grandparents passed away in the last 2 years, and they were very involved with the university. My grandpa was actually the timeskeeper, or one of those guys when Fred's grandpa was a coach here, and he was involved with the university for 30, 40 years. So just knowing that they have a front row seat to to tonight and this whole year is a pretty special opportunity just to honor them. So that was kind of on my mind, but obviously I looked out there and I knew a lot of people, and just being able to represent them in this community means the world to me, and I couldn't ask for a better group of guys to represent this community that I know so well. So.
Derrick was talking about how it took some guys who had never played in PBA before a little while to get adjusted to it. With that, you have that experience as well, but also with all the ties that you have to this area. What was that like for you to just sort of get your feet wet and get adjusted?
I've been waiting for this day for a long time. So it I didn't sleep very well last night, but I'm just kind of glad that we got the jitters out, and just to, like Derrick said, play against someone else. And I mean, yes, there's a lot of, I don't know what you want to call it, but just with the community and the relationships that I have with so many of the fans and stuff like that. There's a lot of that, but at the end of the day, it's just a basketball game. And I think it's really important for our guys to remember that and for that to be on our mind.
reserves are playing. Just kind of bringing it to this team and how do you sense a good togetherness early on with this group?
Yeah, this team is amazing, man. Like you said, everyone's standing just because we're so happy for each other, and just we gel well together, and just to see that our other guys get in the game, you know, because I honestly believe we got a team that everyone at any given moment can be in a rotation or start. So just knowing that everyone is balled in and just playing together and just happy for each other, I think that's just our thing right now. We're just all happy. We can't wait to just put on the show for PPA, and we can't wait to play with each other.
Dunham got some good run today. Did some good hustle stuff for you. What has he shown you guys in practice that he's ready for that kind of role?
Exactly what you've seen, actually. You know, Denham, every day, he's just taking a day by day and taking every chance he can to get better. You know, he's honed in on being one of our defensive guys. He's honed in on being one of our offensive rebounding guys, and he plays freaking hard. So just him giving us, him getting those extra possessions in the game, those energy possessions, Denham is really great at that. He plays his role, and he's not okay to say that either.
I mean, just to kind of piggyback off what Derrick said, in basketball, you know, defense is really where the energy is brought, and when you can get stops and get out and run, that's when basketball becomes really fun. And the other thing is offensive rebounds are so demoralizing for opponents. So Denham brings the defensive side and the offensive rebounding, and it just, I mean, I think he was a big part of that second half, and just, you know, demoralizing the opponent in both, you know, getting defensive stops and then offensive rebounds as well.
You guys have a size advantage against this team, which helps, you know, force turnovers and grab offensive rebounds. When we start playing teams in the Big Ten, even Colorado next week, that are bigger, what about what you guys did today is transferable? Like, how are you going to be able to replicate that?
Our effort, our energy, because you know, our matches will always be different, but as long as we bring effort and energy, it'll always be about us.
Yeah, I think togetherness is the word that comes to mind for me. I mean, that translates at any level against any opponent. Like I talked about, basketball is a game of runs. I mean, they credit to them. They went on some runs tonight. We went obviously on a big run, but the biggest thing for us is just to stay consistent. And each game we look at as kind of a stepping stone and a learning opportunity. So obviously next week is a big learning opportunity for us. It's going to be a great challenge for us, but the biggest thing for us is to stay together through the ups and the downs of season, because that's college basketball. And just to have that, especially, you know, our core leaders, to make sure that we're all on the same page throughout this whole year and just staying together is really important for us.
Players now, Coach Hilbert momentarily.
Thank you, guys.